This is the third week of marathon training, week 3 recap. Just want to go over kind of what's been going on this week and how I felt really about things. We started off strong Sunday night, actually, with 6 miles, easy pace miles, 7:26 pace. And this one wasn't a bad run. I was feeling pretty hopeful going in, starting off week 3, and this was a good week of running, to be honest with you. Just everything kind of went together the way it should be, or like best it could have, anyways. School started this week, and completely different schedule leads to completely different way of doing things and getting in where you can get in, and it worked out pretty well this week. But we started off 6 miles on Sunday, 7:26 pace. You got to realize that you're in the boat. God will steer the boat, but you got to realize you're in it and you got to row. So that's pretty neat. Mondays are my rest days. 2 easy miles at 8:09 pace, not too shabby. Then Tuesday, did 10 treadmill miles at the rec at Eastern. It was the first day back at school, and during this run, it was just cold outside, and it's been hard for me this go around to go embrace the cold when there are other options around it. So Tuesday, I went and did the treadmill 10 miles. Finished at a 7:13 pace. This one was a 2-mile warm up, then 5 by 1 kilometer at 10K pace, then a 2-minute rest period, then 5 by 200 a meter at 5K kilometer with 30-second rest period, then 2-mile warm down, and 200 meters, not kilometers. But I kind of messed that one up. I really didn't do that one the way it should have been, but 10 miles nonetheless on the treadmill on Tuesday. Wednesday was another treadmill mile at school again. Treadmill run, easy pace, 6 miles, 7:29 pace. Again, it's hard for me to get out in the cold right now and embrace it. I'm not in the right Rocky 4 mentality for it at the moment, but we might have to get that this upcoming weekend. But yeah, and that was day 899. Thursday was a big day for me. Day 900 of running at least 2 miles a day. It was another 7 miles on the treadmill. Those treadmill miles were a lot harder than the previous 2 days. It was supposed to be an aerobic pace, and I finished at 7:20, but it was tough. That treadmill, just the 900, day 900 was tough. My legs were hurting. And I was also lifting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I was also lifting, so I guess that was kind of bogging me down a little bit on those days, time-wise. Effort was still there, but 7:20 pace on day 900 was pretty solid for the effort to speed and heart rate ratio and all that stuff that I like to look at. So I was pretty happy with that. Day 900, that was a big milestone. I made a video about that on day 900 posted. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, just go look at that one. But yeah, that's a huge milestone. I can't even comprehend 900 days of doing one thing. It's like I mentioned in that video, so much has changed over that time span. But the one thing in my life that was consistent was the 2 miles a day, and so that was pretty sick. Going on to Friday, which was yesterday, I did 6 miles at a 7:11 pace. These were outdoor miles in Irvin. Did them yesterday afternoon around 3 o'clock, and it wasn't as cold as it had been previously in the week, so I felt like I could get out and still get a good work in. These are supposed to be quote unquote easy miles, but I finished with the 7:11 pace. So pretty happy with that. And today, I kind of want to talk about today's run a little bit more in depth because you always got like that one real long run on the week and for training. And so today I went over to the rec because it was 17 degrees outside, and I said earlier I don't like cold at the moment. I'm not a big fan of it. So I went and did 15 miles on the treadmill today. Um, and honestly, it went so much better than it possibly could have, I thought. Uh, it was 15 miles consisting of a 3 to 4 mile. I did 4 mile warm up. Then I did 4 by 2 miles at marathon pace with a 2 minute rest in between each set, each 4 sets, and then a 2 mile cool down. And it finished at 15 miles or 15.14 miles. So I ran a 7:13 pace, but I was so pleased with the effort. During the warm up periods, I was doing warm up, cool down, and rest periods. I did 7:47 pace, which was, I think it was 7.7 miles an hour on the treadmill at the ones at the rec, and then I'd bump it up to 8.7 on the treadmill, which is a 6:53 pace. That's what the chart was saying for the marathon and for the marathon pace. And so, and I was running those. So I did 8 miles at marathon pace today, and it felt good. Like it felt really solid. My heart rate, which is nuts, was averaging in the 155s, 160s for marathon pace, which is pretty solid compared to what I thought it would be for a quote unquote marathon pace. So that just shows that I can move faster than I'm planning. But I still got to work for it because normally I would think that heart rate would be at marathon pace for that distance would be in the 165s, 175s, that range. Um, but it's not. So I was pretty excited about that. Uh, two to let's see, yeah, but 15 miles on the treadmill. It's not for the faint of heart. It was neat. There was a guy to the right of me running. He did 10 miles on the treadmill. Because I mean he was in the same boat I was, but I talked to him after he got done. I was still running. He's in half marathon training right now. He did 10 miles, and he was moving pretty fast too. So it was neat. It's always neat finding people that you can relate to in kind of certain quote unquote niches like this because not everybody does what I do when it comes to running. So it's neat finding people that are similar in those aspects. But I burned 1,733 calories. I've been starving all day long because of that run. And honestly, I wasn't real sore afterwards. I got a good stretch in afterwards and rolled out pretty well. And drunk a lot of water, tried to stay hydrated afterwards, and uh, got home before the snow hit. So pretty blessed with that. So 15 miles on the treadmill, not a bad one. Uh, I would have rather ran that outside, but a treadmill, you can control so much more with the treadmill. You can control effort, you can control times, the environment's controlled, no wind. So I think that's why it felt so good because it was a controlled effort. I wasn't just kind of going all willy nilly on it. But 15 miles, man. I finished the week with 52.2 miles. This is my longest week ever of running, besides the time I did the 50-mile race in the one day, uh, which stunk. But this is my longest weekly miles so far. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Tomorrow I got 10 miles. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, with the snow and getting out. Hopefully I can find a treadmill somewhere, or I might just have to go Rocky Four style and be running in the mountains. So we'll see what happens. Uh, we'll see what happens. Yeah, but that wraps up week 3 marathon training. Pretty hopeful for what's coming. Sub 3 It's a 3-hour marathon. Lock it in. I love you. Jesus loves you. Be good to your brother.